All right. Well, look, it happened. It happened. It's Wednesday, August 9th. CPI is tomorrow. And what happened? These big corrections to the key moving averages. Man, we warned about this when that Fitch news came out. It was the night before August 1st. And it's just been straight down since then. Like, we gave you these possible targets. We're right there now. So is this it? Is this the end of the correction here at the 50-day moving average on QQQ? On ARKK, there were a couple big supports we gave you, and we're right about there. Hold on, let me see. It was, let's see the bottom of this candle here, 42.75, and then the final support we gave you was the 20-week moving average of 42. So big corrections here, big corrections. And, you know, one of the kind of lessons that we can learn from this, that I can learn, I've always known it, but I just got to like drill it into myself, is, you know, how many times I've been able to predict market tops, short-term tops, major market tops, predict corrections in the overall market. But what I end up doing is tell myself, it doesn't matter. I can pick stocks that are going to outperform based on catalysts. That's what I always end up doing. I always end up doing that, even though I know things are going to go down. But I think, man, the strength, even like Overstock, which is their largest swing position right now. Let's just go to their morning show. So there we go. Even Overstock, right? Like, it's their largest position. I didn't even flinch. I'm like, I'm holding on to it because I can buck the market trend with my thesis. And I do this over personally. This is something I got to work on, because I do it over and over and over again. Like, I've had a very, very good track record of timing or predicting and letting people know about market tops and corrections and things like that. Even the major ones, COVID crash, you know, lots of big. Oh, when the ARKK started rolling over like 2.5 years ago, like I called it to the day. Like, I'm really good at that stuff. And what I need to do, which I still haven't learned this lesson, is, you know what, Ben, you can't buck the macro trend. Maybe sometimes you can in a couple individual stocks, but at least do something. At least trade less. At least, you know, gigantic. No, I want to say gigantic. No, large. It's our largest position in Overstock, from 39 to 31. That's a 20% drop. It's a 20% drop. I still think it's going to 43 plus, but yeah, that's the story. So right now it happened, right? Those big corrections on QQQ, ARKK happened. ARKK can go down like another couple percent here to about between 42 and 42.75. And my prediction is it's over. I think I could be wrong, but I think basically a market is getting ahead of the first CPI that's going to be a year-over-year increase, I believe, is what the expectations are. So that's it. Everyone's looking ahead of that, and, you know, moving the markets down ahead of that. And where the trigger was the Fitch downgrade. And that's a very simple story to understand. And it was very simple targets with these major SMAs, which work so well. And that's my best bet is, you know, most of this correction is over and we're going to go up on the news tomorrow. Let's hope that happens, but that's my prediction. And let's just look at some other bellwethers to see if we can get some verification here. Let's see where Tesla's at. Tesla is at 244, and you got support right here at the bottom of these candles, 240, 240. This kind of matches ARKK a little bit in that it could go down a couple percent more. And the top of this gap here is 235. So 235 to 240 would probably coincide with ARKK going to 42. So we're like just almost there. Maybe there's an initial sell-off at the CPI print tomorrow, and that's it. And then we balance. That's my prediction there. Let's just look at Apple real quick and see where Apple's at. Apple is... Man, I gave you a target. I forgot. Oh, it was here. There's a target we gave you. 176.15. What was the low today? 177. We gave you 176.15 like 5 days ago, right? When the morning of the news it came out. The thing was like 188, 186. I'm like 176.15. That's your target. Did I short it? Nope. All right, but at least I told you guys about it, right? So if you did it, great. But in any case, that's the story. It's been extremely painful because a lot of our stocks are kind of following ARK. ARK is down 14, 15% from the peak, and we're in stocks like Overstock, which is down 20% from the peak. And so been painful, but Celsius is our largest long-term allocation stock. So that was our number one pick for the day. So thankfully got a 21% boost out of Celsius. And I still think this is headed up, probably even for the rest of the day. Look at that beautiful, like a cup breakout that's trying to form right here, right now. And I don't know how high it's going to go. I saw the calculation by my friend Jonah Lupton last night saying this should go to $200. But I'm just holding this. I'm holding this for the Pepsi buyout. Okay, I've been saying that for a long time, and that continues to be true. We talked about the numbers this morning on the pre-market show. SMCI, we gave you 2 support levels. Okay, we gave you the thesis that, hey, short-term bad, long-term good. So let's buy the supports. That was the idea. We gave you 2 support levels, 280 and 270. 280 being the bottom of this candle, actually it was 281.34, and 270 right here being the 50-day moving average. It dropped below it. I'm surprised it dropped below it, but now it's reclaiming it. What it matters with these moving averages is where it closes for the day. These little tails intraday don't matter as far as the longer term or more intermediate term trend goes when you're dealing with the 50 DMA. So it looks like it is trying to hold that. So we're a little bit underwater because we did buy some at those levels at 281-ish and I think 270. I don't know. Joseph isn't around to tell me right now, but I think he may have bought a 270 also. So a little bit surprised there, but it's a good bet. Makes sense, everything that's happening, right? Because the quarter came in light for the guide. This quarter they're in a little bit light, but next year's guidance really robust. And actually, what I forgot to talk about this morning on the transcript for next year, when they're talking about 2025, they were talking about like 15 to 20 billion revenue, big numbers. So that's the playbook here. Short-term, little pain, buy the supports, long-term, good. All right, so those are your top 2 picks today. Third pick, TWLO. It's doing better than the rest of the market, but it's down from this morning. CFRA came out. Just saw this here. 12-month price target increasing from 56 to 72. All right, I'm sticking with this. It did a gap fill. Look at that. It did a gap fill. It's so hard to trade. When markets are in an uptrend, we have a lot of success actually buying in pre-market. Works really, really well. But since this market correction started at the beginning of the month, buying in pre-market has been very painful. So that's another thing we just got to pay attention to and kind of make that shift of when it makes sense to buy in pre-market, when it doesn't. And when you're in an overall market correction, it's probably better to wait for, the regular session and see where the supports are. I mean, the amount of gap fills I've seen is just astonishing. We saw what we saw with DraftKings last week. We saw HIMS my gosh, everything. No matter how good the earnings are. Well, Celsius bucked the trend. Celsius didn't do a gap fill, but it's more. But when the markets are good and stable and above key moving averages, then you want to slam things in pre-market on good news. When it's not, it backfires on you. So we had a little bit of a tough time here the last 6 or 7 days. Okay, those were our top 3 picks. Genie, we threw in as a more risky play. I think, why is this number 4? I thought it was number 5. Okay, but anyway, these all didn't work out. So Genie didn't work out. Okay, we're actually still in some of this from the earnings report the other day. And it's starting to look really cheap and overdone. I'm not going to sell it on this price action. You got support. We're right around support. Look at all these candle supports here. 632, 639, 639, and 635. So 632 to 639 is your support. I'm not going to sell it at 650 and miss a bounce off 639. So I'm sticking with this. We like the earnings report, and now SMCI is above the key level now. Look at that in Celsius. Celsius going for a high of the day here right now. 174.89 is their high of the day. Cool. Those two looking good. All right. APRN kind of tricked us this morning. It looked like it was breaking out over, look at this candle right here, 644. But we had a position going into earnings, and we actually added to it after today's earnings report. But I'm sticking with this one. I'm sticking with this as a potential 3, 4, 5, even 10 bagger. And I'm going to hang out. I'm going to hang around to see what happens after that earnings report. Saw some good things out of the conference call. So sometimes you just got to deal with the pain. All right. And then Overstock, 3109 is a gap fill support. 3089 I went to, though. 3109. That's this gap fill right here. The close of the day on July 26th, 3109. 3109 right there. Okay. So what happens if ARKK goes to 42 and that you have a clear break below that gap? We go to this other gap here, which is also kind of coincides with the 50 DMA, 28. I've seen some people I've heard of, some people online saying they love Overstock, they want to slam it, but they're waiting for 28. I guess that could happen. That could happen if ARKK, the bottom falls out of ARKK and maybe even corrects intraday below 42, just like we're kind of seeing with SMCI, right? You go below those key moving averages intraday, but then you reclaim it. You know, who knows? Something like that is possible in kind of a little bit of a crash scenario. But the thesis here has not changed. It would have been nice to hold that 20-day moving average. It would have looked much, much better. So I'm disappointed we didn't hold that 20-day moving average. Let's see where the weeklies are. No. So it's upsetting. It is. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to sell it on just technicals. So I'm still looking for $43. I know it sounds crazy. We're here at 31. We're down 20% from where it was just a few days ago. But I'm still looking for a challenge of 43. The app rankings today, I just checked it again. They're still number 7, or is it number 8? Hold on. Oh, I was just checking it too. Let's see. This is material. Now it's 8 or 9 days where they are, 7 or 8. Right next to Target, between Target and Etsy. So, I don't know Etsy that well as we see Celsius go for that high. Etsy is a $10 billion company. Okay. Etsy's 10 billion. What are we at here on, or 1.45 billion? Okay. And of course, Target's like 55 billion or something like that, I think. But they also, it's not a apples to apples comparison, but just for curiosity's sake, 60 billion. How did I know that? All right. So I'm sticking with it. And I guess sometimes you just gotta deal with the pain. You just gotta, it's a difficult thing for me because I hate it when like I predict the macro and I predict like what the QQQ and ARKK do, but I'm like, I don't benefit from it because I'm like, I'm holding on to Overstock. Should have done something, man. All right, we're going to adjust. We're going to adjust and make our process better. Take advantage of those uncannily accurate calls I have. It's a little bit of too much ego sometimes. It's probably what it is. It's like, I can buck the market trend. I know the market's crashing, but my 5 stocks, they're going to buck the market trend. So we got to work on that a little bit here over at StoryTrading. So in any case, all right, let's take a look. What else we talked about this morning? DraftKings, we told you that could hit 28. Wow, it hit 28.12. So I sold, thankfully, I sold most of our shares last night in after hours. Unthankfully, I rotated that into PENN at a bad price. So we're we're trying to get out of that PENN position. Okay, got a half right on that. Well, I have a good entry. It's hard to get a good entry though. Now sitting at 27, you would have had to buy here. So no, it didn't work. Half right. DraftKings got hit, but so did PENN. All right, it's been tough days. All right, that's about all we got to cover here Let me just see if there's you know what? Let's just look at the earnings reports real quick and see if there's anything else we want to cover here. Man, Docs is just a nightmare. So we told you about that in the app last night, down 23% now. It's really a little bit odd to see SMCI and Docs both down 23% when SMCI's earnings report was like much, much better than Docs, even compared to expectations. So SMCI, I think, is a buy down here. Docs is not. Look at SMCI is really moving since the show started. Okay, great. And then what else as far as earnings reports? TWLO, we pointed out, but no, we didn't take a trade on it. It was 355 in pre-market. But, I had those pre-market jitters because of exactly what I just told you about. I'm trying to do less in pre-market, so we didn't go for it, but whatever. All right, that's what it is. Lots of things going on. Oh, 175. Okay, things are starting to look a little bit up. So let's just go to our morning watch list one more time. If you have any questions, now's the time. You can throw it in either Rumble or the YouTube chat there, and we'll take it. Right now, 175. Beautiful breakout, looking really nice. SMCI. Wow, look at that W bottom. Looking really good. Cool. All right, we'll end up making a profit on this today. I think we will. Nice. Okay. And what else do we see here in real time as we go through this? That's about it. So it's been tough. But I gotta say, I think the pain is almost over. Oh yeah, Kodak. I do have a thought. The earnings report was just not good enough. It was not good enough to sustain where the price was. It was basically a carbon copy of last quarter. You didn't really see any. And the problem is, last quarter when they reported earnings, the stock was over here. The stock was at like 360. So, and then you got like the same report. So, it wasn't like, okay, now you take the next. You gotta have momentum. You gotta have like sequential improvement. And they really didn't. I mean, it was a good quarter. They're profitable, which is nice. But you have a position, a small position, but no, I did not think that this was a report that you add on. Okay, and now you're dropping 450 support. Maybe 423 to 450 is a place that Kodak can go. Oh, nice seeing Celsius keep hitting new highs. Beautiful. All right, let's see. Any other questions? All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about the schedule and what's coming up and maybe some earnings reports we're looking at after the close. And during that time, you can let me know if you have any other questions. So today, 4 p.m., we're going to be doing a Zoom, interactive Zoom for our VIP members. We had to reschedule the title trades, which we usually do Wednesdays at noon. So we'll watch for your notifications. We'll schedule that in the app. All right. The one with Rex will probably be either tomorrow noon or Friday noon. So stay tuned. And okay, as far as earnings tonight, we're going to be looking at SMSI, but you know what? There's some other ones too. So let's look. Let me tell you which other ones we'll be watching. Fortunately, I didn't write this down yet. This is August 9th. Yeah, okay. So there's SMSI, RAP, which I'm familiar with, but I'm not really going to follow. DNN, which is uranium company. I'm not really going to check in on that either. Let's see what else we have here for tonight. SDOT. Ooh, SDOT could be interesting. SDOT, because that's the stock we've covered recently. So let's see. SDOT and SMSI we'll be looking at this evening. And we have here POWW, which is a company I'm familiar with, but we're currently not in it. I'm probably not going to make any moves. That trades very unpredictably after earnings, POWW. So I haven't had good experience with trading that one. On Track is after hours. Like now it's a penny stock. So probably not going to be making any actions on Track. Just make a note that they are reporting though. And then we got, what else do we have here for this evening? What's LFMD? LifeMD. Oh, LifeMD's publicly traded? I didn't realize. Wow, LifeMD's publicly traded. LFMD, okay. Inovio Pharmaceuticals, all right. We're not going to be GOVX. Remember that, guys? Not going to be following that either. Okay, and then, we have Drio tomorrow morning, by the way. So that's something to be aware of. DRIO. This is the last chance if you want to do an earnings play on Drio. We have Birds after hours as well, which well, I'll watch. Not going to probably take any trades on it, but we'll see. That also trades very, very unpredictably. So not going to be trying to trade on BRDS, even if it's great earnings. And what else do we have here? Oops, I just missed a few after the bell. No, that's good. TDD, and then TWLO was this morning. Sono, SMR, but they're not making money yet. So, I mean, that's not going to move. SMR. Okay, and let's see what else we have. Playboy, if anyone's interested in that, I think they're trying to compete with like OnlyFans or something. My friend told me about that recently, that he was in that stock because their new platform launch or something like that. I don't know anything about it, but anyway, they report. And then ILMN. No, not gonna. Wow, there's a lot, man. It's like 200 companies reporting tonight. All right, let's see. Let's see what else. If anything else is interesting for us here after the bell. Cano? Okay. Cano is interesting, actually. Cano. That's like an on-track type of stock. Digital healthcare that's been just slammed. Very high short position. So we'll see if they have anything interesting to say today after the close. And oh, plug is after the bell. Okay, that's a big one. All right, so now we're getting a nice little list. I'm going to put this together for you in just a second. All right, plug is definitely tradable if there's good news on that. Big short position. They've recently had some good news. DNA is after hours and not a company I follow, so I'm not going to trade that at all. And then, wow, this just never ends. Disney's after hours too, but I'm not going to trade Disney. So, all right, so let's do this. Let's just add some earnings. Here we go. Now it's Wednesday ER. Got to replace that with Wednesday ER. Okay, so we got SMSI. We're going to add that here. We got S dot. All right, we got plug. We got Disney. We got POWW. We got on track. Oops. We got on track. On track. Okay. We got no. We got birds. We got SMR. All right. And then we have Drio tomorrow morning. And so here we go. That's after Axon. Okay. So tonight, SMSI S.plug. Plug is going to be the most interesting one to watch, I think, as far as a real actionable trade idea. If they have a good report, this can really explode. It's sitting at support levels right now. Plug, right now, it's sitting at support levels with recent really good catalysts and an earnings report tonight. So that could be really interesting, actually. Let's just quickly look at Plug. Plug, okay, check this out. 50 DMA. Oh, with the RSI at 42 and earnings tonight, this is really interesting, man. I got to tell you, we don't really do earnings plays, but I'm tempted. I'm tempted to take a small position, 23% short position. So we'll be watching Plug and again, Trios tomorrow morning. There's a whole bunch of others tomorrow morning, but we'll fill in our VIP members with that. Maybe we'll get ready for that during our 4 p.m. Zoom today. So if you want to be part of it all, head on over to storytrading.com/app. You can download the free app, sign up for a free trial to access our events, and there's other features in the app which are pretty cool that we're building. Watch list, newsfeed, the collaboration features. And man, that plug is really interesting to me. Let's see if there's anything on Rumble. Don't have anything on Rumble. So we'll see everyone, or at least our paid VIP members, we'll see at 4 p.m. on Zoom. And good luck. I think the pain's almost over. All right. It's really painful. It is. All right. I'm going through some pain with ARKK and overstock and everything down 10, 15, 20%. But this too shall pass. I think the market's still bullish longer term. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.